Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Monday morning, me and Cam are at the first one. Doing things a little bit different today. You know, the more familiar he gets with the properties, the more the more familiar I am with what he can do, and then I don't have to babysit every little thing. So, perfect example today is it doesn't require two people to do some of the properties that me and him have been doing. So, basically what I'm gonna do, I got him started on this 2.5 acre one right here. I'm going down here, gonna do this little old lot. I mean, y'all been there 100 times, and it's right down the street. While he's doing that, and then I'll come back, help him wrap that one up, and then we'll do the one in the real thick one in the neighborhood over here. Not my neighborhood, but right here. And then once we do these three on this corridor, is what I call it, then we'll transition over to the next road over, which is where the HOA is. And we'll do the HOA, and the two additional jobs that we do that are in the HOA but for the individual homeowners. And then we'll do one in the neighborhood over there close to the HOA. It is in the HOA. So yeah, we're roughly looking at right around $1,000 today. That's gonna, it could be a little more, a little less, according to the spray and everything. So main thing is get him going on the 3 acres, because see over here, I mean, I've been doing this one over here, and I usually never come over here with somebody. Either I'll come and do it myself, or I'll send a solo guy to come do it. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful morning too, man. It's not real hot. The sun's not scorching us yet, and it didn't rain. So, but everything's a little bit wet. But the last, ever since Cam's been out here, he's been going with me over here to do this one. And the reason that is because, he wasn't familiar enough with the properties. So I'm trying to add, the more he learns, the more I'm trying to add to the rotation, for whatever day. And again, always about scratching and clawing at the schedule to be able to free up time. So that's basically what we're going to do here. We're going to free up time, and we'll see how it works. I think it's going to work great because, I'm a G out here, and I've been doing all the properties the same. If you ain't a Mac Daddy on the properties you've been doing for 10 years, I mean, something's wrong with you, So the timing on that one over there is going to work out fine. I told him, don't worry about weeding, just run the mower until I get back and cut everything that you normally would cut as if I'm there. So it'll probably take me around 35 minutes or so to get back over there. Yeah, and this job right here, this is a 20-minute, $80 yard, man. Big old deer right there. So, this is a stupid easy job. The worst thing about this job is the kids' toys everywhere. But I've learned how to, hey. Cam said something about he's got a job interview at a restaurant on the weekends or something. I don't know that he'll want to do that, but apparently his cousin or somebody said he can get him a job on the weekends with him making, whatever. So you see, that's another, having a young man out here like that, you never know what they're thinking, man. Ray, maybe he's doing that because you ain't down doing this or you ain't doing that. Well, he can only do so much, being without a driver's license and being the age that he's at. Okay, y'all, so I got done with that one. It was a little bit pretty bad. What makes it really bad is they leave a bunch of stuff laying around in the yard. So I mean, they always do. I mean, shit, always, everywhere, all the time, man. And he says, oh, well, yeah, Ray, I ain't had time to pick up the kids' toys. But he knows I come every Monday. I mean, I come every other Monday. I mean, it's like clockwork, man. So, yeah, so now we get back over here where Cam's at. He ought to be, it took me about 15 or 20, well, I changed the blades on the mower. I had to mix up spray, you know, just the stuff that I usually have pretty much ready. But see, I didn't want to unload the mowers last night and all that, man. So I got new blades on mine, the big boy blades. I'll show you all these blades, man. These blades are they don't look like they're nothing special. They're high lift blades, but man, they are beefy. It takes a long time to wear them out unless you bend them. Like, I'll make a couple $1,000s with it, man. I'll go 3 weeks running these blades, and y'all see the kind of stuff I cut. Yeah, I might even go longer than that. Hell, so now I'll get over here and I'll help Cam. There we go. I'll help Cam cut the rest of this one. I got spray ready to go. We're good to go all the way around, man. So see how good Cam, you know, has gotten everything. I like for him to work in an orderly way, so you know, on the big stuff, so you don't miss nothing. Sometimes these guys, they get, well, they get to doing one part, and then they get sidetracked for whatever reason, and they do another part, and you know, yeah. So, and then you end up getting ready to go. Hey man, did you cut that? Hey man, you didn't even cut this whole piece right here, you know, and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, I'm pulling back up. Okay, y'all. So the third one, we got the big one out of the way. This one right here is a kind of a difficult one to do. I'm gonna set y'all up and yeah. Okay, so right here, y'all see me going around this tree, trimming some of the little branches that are hitting me and stuff, making it look a lot neat. Boy, I make it hard to fire a ray. It's hard to fire a ray. Okay, so right here, what I'm doing, back and forth, I'm pushing the grass across the sidewalk to the other side. I can work with it better over there in the side of the main yard. Okay, y'all. So, you guys was asking me about my trailer here. So this trailer right here is not typical. This has 5,500 pound axles on it. Most lawn trailers come with 3,500 pounds. So this is actually 11,000 pound capacity here. This trailer will actually hold the skid steer in a pinch. Now, the ramp might not hold up, get it up on there, but if you can get the weight set on there, this thing will haul the skid. So, looks good, man. But 5,500 pound axles, and I won't buy any other 3,500 pound axle trailers, man. And this is a what, 16 foot? Yeah, 16 foot by 7 foot wide, 16 foot long. And we're going to the next one. Okay, guys. So we got done. We did good, Dan. We did really good. It's 2:15 right now. We just got done. Yeah. Now I'll probably eat lunch and go and do 2 in the neighborhood. So I've been having a couple guys come in the comments saying, you know, if you work till 4 o'clock every day, you wouldn't have to work on Sunday or something like that, or over the weekend. And you're right, but I like doing something for the business every day, 7 days a week. I don't get caught up in what day of the week it is, because it doesn't matter. I don't get caught up in any of that, holidays, none of that. I don't get caught up in none of that. Only thing I get caught up in is rain or not. That's it. From April to November. I work 8 days a week. What I like to do is I don't like to just kill myself out here every day. And over the weekend, I usually do stuff over the weekend too. But what that does, and everybody might not agree with this, and that's fine. What that does is I never really get burned out because I'm never really out here long enough. You know, 5 hours, 6 hours, that's it. You know, and it's just, and what that does is that gives me options. If I don't want to be out here, I can go home. So the only way I'll work longer hours is if I get more work on the routes I have set up. That's the only way I'll work longer, and that'll be only to a certain degree, because I'll hire somebody. So for the other truck. But the hours that I work is usually about 8 to 2. But there's a lot of things, and guys that are not in business out here, there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes. When I get done at 2 o'clock, I usually chill for a couple of hours. You know, I'll rest and relax, jump in my pool, hang out with my dog, do some stuff around the house, go into my office and invoice and do all that. So I don't know. I mean, okay, say I have Sunday off. What am I going to do on Sunday? Well, rest, Ray. That's what you're going to do. Well, yeah, but I'm resting from 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock all the way until the next morning anyway. Every day. I said every day. Some days I might get on the couch at 3 o'clock, eat lunch, and I might not move. I mean, literally might not move. As far as I'll go is jump in the pool. Well, like I was saying, I've always just done it like that, because I'm not the guy that's going to sit around the house on Saturday and Sunday. And, and during the week, I take care of all my stuff. If I have a doctor's appointment, I don't have to, I take care of that. If I need to be somewhere, I take care of that, because of the way that I have structured things, not really intending to do anything, it's always been this way, I don't like to work past 2 o'clock. I will, and y'all see me do it all the time, but I'm not, when I'm doing the lawn maintenance, that's good enough for me, man. And then be a little sassy with your money, be smart with your money on the other end, then I don't have to work till 5 or 6. Now, if you ain't smart with your money, you might have to work till 5 or 6 every day. And I've always been like that, man. I don't know. It's just something about eating lunch and still being out here I just don't like, man, because everybody's production goes down after they eat, man. And, in the very beginning, I never really, in the very beginning, I didn't have enough work to work 8 hours. And then for a short period of time, when I did have enough work to have a guy work and me work 8 hours, we'd eat lunch, and yeah, everybody ready to lay down. Ain't nobody wanting to do anything. So that's when I started looking at, okay, let's try to be super efficient, and maybe we can shave an hour and a half, 2 hours off of that 4 o'clock. And that's what we've done, what I've been doing. And some days we don't make good, but if I can hit $1,000, by 2 o'clock, or 900 by 2 o'clock, I'm good. That's just me. Well, 1,200 is better. Yeah, you're right. 1,200 is better, and I do hit that when I'm on the skid. I'm just not gonna kill myself out here. I'm not. I didn't create a business and grind all these years only to work, set hours and stuff. I don't work no set hours. I work when I want to at this point. Now, I can say that and it sounds sassy and all, but if I ain't got enough money to pay my bills, then, well, and I'm not saying that the way I, do shit's right or nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's worked out really good for me in preventing me from being burned out, because I get to go home and rest and relax and for a significant amount of time before I have to get out here and do it again. If I work just 6 or 7, now, by the time I get in, take a shower, eat dinner, it's time to go to bed, do it again. And then see that makes me anxious, and I don't want to work like that. I don't have to. If I had to work like that, then, well, I probably wouldn't be working for myself, because I'm going to do things in a way to make it easy for me. It's all about high quality of life, man, and making my life easier and easier every year out here, and making more and more every year. And I don't think that I would make much more money if I worked till 4 or 5 than I do working till 2 or 3, because, well, I'd be super tired and super hot, and it would start wearing on me. You spend more than 5 or 6 hours out here, and I'm not saying that, I'm in Georgia. I don't know where everybody else is and all that. I'm just saying if I spend 8 or 9 hours out here, that's okay. Every now and then as needed, but I'm gonna make sure it ain't needed. I'm gonna try to be super efficient where I can get done at 2:30 or so too. And the way that and another thing too, we don't eat lunch out here. So somebody that says, hey, man, I'll work till 5. Yeah, but you're taking an hour for lunch. So you're really only working till 4. And not to mention, when you got guys working for you, if you think that they're going to come out here and work 10 or 11 hours a day, they're not. They say they will, and they might do it for a second, but they ain't going to do it for long, because the day just starts dragging. And when the day starts dragging, they start dragging. And then the only thing they got to look forward to is another day of 10 hours out here. Nobody wants to work like that. And I'm not going to work like that. Not willingly, and me being in control of everything. Sometimes y'all have to because of circumstances, but I ain't signing up for that. But I do what I do is I just do a little something every day productive for them. I have a list that I go by of things that, every day I make list upon list of everything that I need to do. Who owes me money, who I need to text to get my money, whoever owes me. And I don't have a lot of money out in the street. I know, I saw a video, can't remember who it was, where he did a cleanup, and then he cut the grass, and the people never paid him. And he was trying to get them to pay him, and I was appalled at, dude, I can't believe that you let them people run up a few $1,000s and you ain't never gonna get your money. I ain't never had that happen, y'all. Not ever. Knock on damn wood, because I've never, the most money that I've ever gotten hit for out here, and I can count, I'm telling y'all, this is no lie, I can count on one hand how many times I've gotten beat. One time that jumps out at me, and it always has, is about $280 that a military couple, and it's for lawn maintenance, a military couple, they're in the military, I did their yard, and then they got a divorce, and the wife got caught cheating or something, I don't know, and nobody would pay me. They sold the house. It was a sudden thing too. I never got paid on that. I can't think. I don't remember another time that I got hit in the head and never got my money. I have had to wait on it. I have had to, call and threaten and all that. I've had to do all that, but I've never took a hit on the money, not ever. And I cannot imagine, I'm never going to allow that to happen. That's why I collect my money at time of service, because I'm going to know right off the top if they're going to pay or not. And at this point, I'm a pretty good judge of human behavior and all that there, because not getting paid is, I've never faced it, but that's because I'm hyper aware of money in the street, and I'm hyper aware of people and their tendencies, human behavior. And I'm just not going to put myself out there like that. I never have. I don't know why. And but dude was a commercial person that had businesses, and he was doing those businesses, and the guy never paid him. There ain't no way. I blast him on social media. If he's in business, I got him. I'm fixing to wear him out on social media. And you owe me a couple $1,000s, and you keep telling me you're gonna pay me, and it's been 3 or 4 months, and you still ain't paid me, and now you done hire somebody else to do the properties? Oh, hell no. I'm finna bust them wide ass open, man. I'm gonna blast them. Their business and everything. Now, I have had to do that a couple of times over the years, and you guys have witnessed some of that. One guy that owed me $130 one time, and he was a renter. I called the landlord. That's the kind of things that I'll do. Ain't no Mr. Nice Guy when you're not paying me. Oh no. And I'm not going to do the property I'm not giving nobody the benefit of the doubt. If you owe me, now for the lawn maintenance, it's according to what our agreement is, but if you owe me $60 or $70, and I might let you get up to $140 before I start having direct conversation with you. Because once you roll into October, you done lost all your leverage. You're not going to be able to get paid, or you're going to catch hell, more hell. I don't see how the guys, and I've done videos about it before. I don't see how the guys that do every 30 days, get paid once a month. I don't see how the hell they do that shit. There ain't no way. Well, Ray, that's how commercial accounts are. That's because you ain't trained them to pay you quicker. That's why. It's ridiculous to have to wait 90 days on a check these days. That I'm not going to work for nobody that's going to make me do that. Too much shit can happen in 90 days or 30 days. I'm just not willing to do it. And and I don't have any, I got you know, all the commercial accounts I got, they pay me when I invoice them. Not a week, well, maybe at the most 5 or 6 working days. Now, I have had this HOA out here hold me up for 60 days. They were paying me, but they skipped a month. And they finally got it straightened out, but I didn't go 60 days without a check from them. I went 30 days without a check from them, and then they paid me for the next month, and they just skipped a full month. But I ended up getting it anyway. And this year, I told the HOA, I'll do the property, but prompt payment is mandatory. I said, I don't want to wait 2 weeks on my money. And they have made a concerted effort to get me my money quicker. Because with all the apps and different ways to get paid, it's a lame ass excuse for a commercial company to hold your money for 30 days. That is lame as hell. And that's how you get beat. What if they go out of business in them 30 days? And you done ran it up to where they owe you $1,000 or $2,000. And I don't do that with the homeowners either. If the homeowners, once I cut it twice and they haven't paid me, then I'm hyper alert. But when you've been doing it as long as I have, none of my customers are strangers. I done got rid of all them assholes that play games with the money. And I always get rid of them before they hit me in the head. And so what ends up happening is you're left with the cream of the crop. So, and that's just the nature of it, man. The cream of the crop customers are what I have right now. And I can be picky about taking on new customers. If they're not cream of the crop, I may not want to do their property. Or if they're not a referral from the cream of the crop, I might not want to do their property. So I just thought I'd throw that out there, man, because there's no sense in this day and time to get beat out of your money. There ain't not. That is, you slipping. If that happens, you're slipping. It's too hot out here, and it costs too much, and it's too hard to work out here to be not getting paid. Not me, man. Never. Like I said, I can only remember one time that it's actually where I never did get my money. That's pretty good. And that was like in 2012 or 13. That was a long time ago. Boy, the sun is out, beaming. My wife's in the pool, chilling. Better get in the pool too, get all this shit off of me, and invoice, get ready for tomorrow. It's 3 o'clock on the dot. If I worked till 6, I would be freaking exhausted. Man, I'd get used to it, I guess. But damn, man, I don't think I'd like that very much. I just don't think I would. That's one thing when I worked for the man, what I hated about everything about working for the man is that I had to be there in the beginning. I had to be there for 8 hours a day. And there at the end of me working for the man, with the last, 5 years or so, I would, the work that I would do, the owner of the business, and he was a civil engineer, he would have me a list of things to do every day that I needed to take care of in the software, red line, the drawings, whatever, right? And I was a CAD drafter designer, so I would, fix the red lines on the drawings, submit them back to the county, city, state, whatever. And after I was there for a while, I didn't see no point in working 8 or 9 hours a day. If I could do the job in, you know, 5 or 6 hours, maybe 7. And they told me that instead of me dragging it out till 5, this is the assigned task that you need to do today. When you get done, you can go. And so the last 3 years of me working there, that's what I did. I didn't work till 5 or 6 every day because I'm an overachiever. Some people, you know, they're not, and that's not a dig. That's just the way it is. Some people love working on the clock and you know, punching a clock. Some people love that shit. But most overachievers, they don't, because they're getting ripped off. I'm super efficient with my time, not just out here, but in every job that I've had since I've been an adult. So I don't waste time. Well, bro, you sitting in the truck all day, every day, talking shit on video. Yeah, but I'm in between jobs and I'm going from job to job, and that's how efficient I am. Well, I've incorporated YouTube into the business too. So anyway, y'all be safe, drink plenty of fluid, and we're going to get in here and get in the house and get out here to the pool and get all this dust off of me. I'll kick it, y'all. Deuces.